Chapter 9. Don't just stop with this book, please. I hope that you will join me on the continuous journey of learning about the business of the art that chose us, and of learning about the world in which we will make our music. I'm going to share with you some of my favorite resources as a close to the main body of this book, and also some ideas and advice. Let's start with the books, some of which I've mentioned earlier, and some of which I haven't. To save money, you might do what I have often done. Go to the library, or find a seat at a bookstore and expand your mind for free. If you are a composer or songwriter, I suggest Making Music Make Money by Eric Beale. Mr. Beale walks you through all the details of getting music from your desk through the copyright office to music industry executives, past details of standard contracts, to the release parties, into record stores, into advertising, into films, and into putting money in your bank account. His is one of the few books written from the perspective of a songwriter and composer. His information on self-publishing and co-publishing is more than worth the cost of his book. If you are a performing artist, I suggest All You Need to Know About the Music Business by Donald S. Passman. Mr. Passman specializes in sharing how you go about picking your professional advisors, lawyers, accountants, managers, and the like. His book also contains much excellent detail on copyrights, royalties, and contracts. If you would like to get a deeper understanding of the kinds of royalties your music can generate, there is no finer text than Music, Money, and Success by Jeffrey and Todd Brabeck. This book is another one that you should take as several short courses. Take the time to thoroughly understand each chapter before going on to the next one. If you at some point decide to go into business for yourself as a musician, you'll need to learn more about money and business in general. I suggest you begin with Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Then move on to his cash flow quadrant, Rich Dad's Guide to Investing, and Before You Quit Your Job. Just the reading of his many trials and many errors has encouraged me through many a struggle. Mr. Kiyosaki learned from his mistakes, and in his book, he passes on his knowledge in a way anybody learning the ropes of business can understand. Mr. Kiyosaki and his associates have also put out what is referred to as the Rich Dad series, which covers every aspect of starting and running successful businesses. All of these are excellent, but of them I suggest protecting your number one asset, an Intellectual Property Handbook by Michael A. Lecter, Esquire. This book will tell you more about intellectual property and how businesses are built around them. An excellent companion to Mr. Lecter's book is Own Your Own Corporation by Garrett Sutton, Esquire. Mr. Sutton's book walks you through the pros and cons of the different types of businesses. If you ever start pulling in large amounts of money, or want to go into business with other people, Mr. Sutton's book could really come in handy. If you really want to get into how modern businesses formed and settled certain habits, bad habits, and Chapter 5 hasn't scared you off completely, I suggest Black Labor, White Wealth by Claude Anderson, EDD, and African Americans in the U.S. Economy by Cecilia Comrade and others. The latter book contains the articles cited in the Freedom Guide on the roots of modern business, and how the enslavement of Africans, who provided most of the free labor we discussed earlier, was key to those roots. If you are a student in college, university, conservatory, or even high school, I can also suggest Campus CEO, a student entrepreneur's guide to launching a multi-million-dollar business by Dr. Randall Pinkett. Dr. Pinkett's early claim to fame was winning Apprentice 4. Donald Trump loved what Dr. Pinkett came up with, and you will love it too. In fact, if you are not in school and you read this book, you might want to go back. And that would not be a bad idea. Chances are you will have to find this book in a library, since it is now out of print. But if you are in school or planning to be there, find this book. I might also suggest that if you are concerned about a young musician, and there were 2 books that I could recommend your giving them, the first would of course be The Freedom Guide, but the second, if you could find a copy, would be Campus CEO. If you are in school, I also suggest, if you have not taken some courses in business, you really should further your scholastic education. And if you're not in school, you should still go back and further your business education. It would not hurt you to learn about business taxes, bookkeeping, and marketing, and you might at least audit financial accounting, which will show you what makes businesses tick on a day-to-day basis. If you intend to run a business one day, you may also want to take managerial accounting, which will help you cut down on trial and error when you put together your budgets for making, releasing, and marketing your music. All the while you're there, you could take some music classes, meet the professionals who have day jobs as music professors, network with your fellow students, and harness the tools revealed to you in Campus CEO and the Freedom Guide. I hope the Freedom Guide for